We are doing this chapter of deductions, and this deductions is under section 80C. Okay, it's for TYBCom SEM 5. Now, understand over here, you have your 5 heads of income. Do you have your 5 heads of income?
Yeah,
What are your 5 heads of income?
income from salaries, house properties, business profession, capital gain, other sources gives
Okay, when you add all of them,
total
you
income.
have total income, and every head of income has some exemptions and deductions.
Yes.
After that, you arrive at something which is called the gross total income.
Hmm.
From the gross total income, if you deduct something more, some other deductions, these are the deductions that is allowed only for normal income. The government allows you to reduce your gross total income over and above the deductions that is given above. And these deductions are under section 80C to 80U. We call it 80C to 80U.
Okay.
Okay. Now, one thing to note over here is that these deductions is only allowed from normal income. That means you do not get deductions for long-term capital gain, short-term capital gain, shares, casual income. You will not get deductions for these things.
Okay.
Okay. Your deductions is only allowed for normal income from 8I-C to 8I-U. These are the
Okay.
deductions that we are studying: C, triple C, D, EU, DD, TTA.
Okay.
So there are 7 deductions that you would be studying: C, triple C, D, E, U, D, D, T, T, A.
Hmm.
Now you have deductions under section 8I-C. That is, there is this deduction for specific investments. You have deduction under 8I-C for specific investments. These deductions is allowed to individuals whether it is resident or non-resident, and the maximum deduction under section 8I-C would be rupees 180,000. Sorry, 150,000. Are you with me?
Yes.
Deductions under 8I-C to 8I-TTA is under chapter 6A. Which chapter?
Okay.
Under chapter?
6A.
Under chapter 6A. Okay. So you have these deductions. First deduction is section 8I-C. It's the most common deduction. Most common deduction allowed to individuals, resident or non-resident. Maximum limit is 150,000. So government says that if after having your gross total income, you are doing some investments, which we are telling you to do, or you are doing some payments which is towards a good cause or good purpose, then we will allow you to have a deduction of maximum 1,50,000. Okay.
Okay.
These investments are, I'll just tell you the name: life insurance, PPF, national savings certificates, ELSS, that is tax savings under mutual funds, fixed deposit with a bank or a post office. You're paying for the tuition of your children. You are paying a principal amount towards your house loan. Then you are allowed these deductions over and above what we've allowed you above.
Hmm.
Okay, so you should know these things. Now, first thing, 8I-C is for certain investments or payments. Okay.
Hmm.
If you're making payment for life insurance premium, okay, that means you're
Hmm.
an individual and you're paying insurance premium of your life. Please remember,
Hmm.
you're paying insurance premium of your life for yourself or your spouse or any of your children. We say pati, patni, and bacche. Okay,
Hmm.
you, your wife, your children, not your parents.
Okay.
Okay, then whatever you pay, however you pay, it is allowed to be deducted.
Hmm.
Okay, whatever you pay,
Hmm.
however you pay, it is allowed to be deducted, but deduction is allowed for what? life insurance premium,
life insurance,
your wife, your children.
and yourself.
Okay. And after the policy is over, you are going to receive the money, right?
Hmm.
Once the policy is over, you receive the money. We tell you that if you're
Hmm.
doing a life insurance premium, you're doing a good work. So after the policy is over and you receive this money, please do not treat it as income. Even at that time, we are going to give you exemption under 1010D. First, for 8IC life insurance premium, these are the provisions. I hope you're with me.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the premium that you're paying should not
Hmm.
exceed 20% of the sum assured. Some people, what do?
Okay.
Pay premium in 2 years and 3 years. And they say we are going to get deduction. Na? So
Hmm.
they think that the premium that you pay, it should not exceed 20% of the sum assured.
Hmm.
Remember this fact. This is your life insurance premium. Are you with
Okay.
me? Or you want me to hold
Yeah.
to digest? When you are trying to claim for this deduction, your premium should not exceed how much percent of the sum assured? 20% of the sum assured.
20%.
Now, as per the new bill, okay? If your policy
Hmm.
is issued before, please write it along with me. Is issued after 1/4/2012, then your premium should not exceed 10% of the sum assured.
Okay.
If the policy is issued after 1/4/2013, then it should not exceed 15% of the sum assured. But this is only for disabled or people who have severe disease. This rule is now gone 20%. 10 and 15. 10% for everyone, 15% after 2013 for disabled and people with disease.
And before 2013, before 2012?
20%. Okay?
Hmm.
Okay, fine. So this was one thing. Now, what are we going to do? Triple C, CCD. You have to remember 8IC. C, triple C, and I have CCD. This is for investments and pensions. This is specifically for investments and pensions.
Okay.
We did life insurance premium.
Yes.
Yeah. Now we are doing for employees' contribution to SPF, RPF, approved superannuation fund.
Hmm.
What are we doing? Employees
SPF is
your employees,
contribution to SPF.
if your employee is contributing to SPF, superannuation provident fund, recognized provident fund, if your employee is contribution to superannuation provident fund, recognized provident fund, then you will also get a deduction under section 8IC. Amount that
Okay.
you're contributing, your deduction will be equal to that. Okay?
Okay.
SPF,
Hmm.
RPF. You can also contribute to public provident fund. Public provident fund for yourself or
Hmm.
your family. You will get a
Hmm.
deduction. Please note
The
deduction.
complete amount.
I see, Sara, everything you add on, it will not be more than 1,50,000.
Okay.
And the amount that you receive on maturity will be exempted under 1010D. Under?
1010D.
Okay, fine. So there is a contribution to SPF, RPF, approved superannuation fund, or PPF, public provident fund. Here, Yes, your contribution is for yourself. But for PPF, you are contributing the money for yourself, your spouse, or for your children. Okay? You are allowed, whatever you're contributing is allowed as deduction. Whatever money, you're giving some money for the provident fund, okay? Whatever interest you're getting on this provident fund is tax free. Maximum deduction allowed is 1.5 lakh, but these contributions, the lock-in period is 15 years.
15.
15 years. Are you with me?
So there will be no deduction
Deduction is allowed, na? Once you
on
contribute,
interest.
deduction is allowed. But if you break the lock-in period, then every deduction will be reversed.
Okay.
Okay. Interest on PPF, no deduction. Interest on the public provident fund, you are allowed as an exemption. Interest is tax free. That is why we are saying you don't have to pay any tax on the interest. I hope you're with me.
Yeah.
Then there is one thing which says about amount that you deposit in Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. If you have a girl child and you are depositing some amount for her prosperity, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. Sukanya means a girl, Samriddhi means her prosperity, and Yojana means plan. So if you are investing some money for your girl child in Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana for her future, entire amount is allowed to be deduction. It allowed to be deducted. Are you with me? Can you please tell me everything we did up till now?
Okay. The deductions are from 80C to 80U, that is
In the
80C,
chapter
triple C,
6A.
and the chapter 6A. There is 80C, triple C, triple C D, D, E, U, double D, TTA.
Okay.
In 80C, it is allowed for residents and not residents, but the maximum deductions cannot exceed 1,50,000.
Okay.
For life insurance premium, you can pay the insurance premium for your wife, yourself, and your children. Deductions are not allowed for parents. And it is 15% of the sum assured. After what year? What is the date? After 1st April 2012, if policy is issued, and after 1st April 2013, if the policy is issued, it is 15% for the handicap, and before that, it is 20% of the sum assured. And if the policy is over, you will receive the money. It will not be treated as an income. However, there will be exemptions under 1010D.
Okay.
Then the employee's contribution to the RPF, SPF will be fully deducted,
And PPF?
and PPF, the lock-in period will be yearly,
15 years.
15
Yourself,
years,
your spouse, your children.
and your children.
Yeah. Now, interest on PPF is fully exempt.
It's fully exempted.
Okay. Then amount deposited in Sukanya Samriddhi
Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana.
but
a
you should
girl
first.
child, and it will be allowed for fully, it will be deducted.
Then you have amount invested in the NCS. NCS
Hmm.
is the National Savings Certificate.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have amount invested in the National Savings Certificate, then you get tax savings, but you should invest it for at least 5 years. Natural
Okay.
savings certificates, mutual funds, FDs, 5 years. Okay. You are allowed deduction under Section 8IC. Also, there is
Hmm.
one which is a very thing which they test you on. You have invested some money in the National Savings Certificate. You receive
Hmm.
interest on this.
Hmm.
Interest is allowed as a deduction under Section 8IC. So,
Hmm.
whatever interest you receive, you should first show us that income from other sources.
Okay.
So, please note that whatever you receive, whatever you earn is income. Whatever income we spend, and we are spending on these things that is there, your life insurance, contribution to SPF, RPF, PPF, okay, depositing in the Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana or investing in NCS, whatever you are spending, you are allowed to get deduction on that spending.
Hmm.
Okay, that is under Section 8IC. Maximum limit is 1,50,000. So 8IC is deductions for life insurance premium. This is now changed to how much? 10% and 15%. Employees' contribution to SPF, RPF, PPF. PPF can be for your family also. Interest on PPF
Hmm.
is allowed only as exemption. Amount deposited in Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. You invest your money in National Savings Certificate. Okay. This all is
Hmm.
allowed as deduction under 8IC.
Hmm.
Maximum deduction how much?
1,50,000.
If you're receiving interest on investments, okay, from
Hmm.
your saving certificate, then you should first add to IFOS and deduct under
Hmm.
8IC. This is what we did up till
Okay.
now. Then you
Hmm.
have more. You are paying for tuition fees for your
Hmm.
children. Now, please understand,
Hmm.
the children should be studying in India. Full-time education they are doing. And maximum
Hmm.
of 2 children. So, for their
Hmm.
schooling, up to 2 children, full-time education, you are spending for them. Deduction is allowed. How much ever you spend, maximum limit 1,50,000. Because they want your children to study in government school.
Okay.
Okay? No deduction.
Hmm.
No deduction. No deduction if the child is outside India, part-time education, or above 2 kids.
Hmm.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
You have principal repayment of housing loan. If you have a house, you have taken the house on an EMI, you are going to pay principal and interest. For
Hmm.
any payment, you are going to get deduction under income from house property. But over and above that, the government is being very generous to you. Income tax act is being very generous to you. And they are saying that whatever principal amount you're paying towards the loan, only on the principal, we will give you deduction under Section 8IC.
Okay.
Okay. So for those whose income is chargeable under the head income from house property, for the principal amount
Hmm.
repayment, we are giving deduction under Section 8IC, but the condition is that you are taking loan from central government, state government bank, LIC, or public company bank. Principal amount repayment allowed as deduction under 8IC. Interest that you are
Hmm.
repaying, it is allowed as a deduction under income from house property under section 24B.
Hmm.
And if you're paying for this house, stamp duty and registration, even that is allowed as a deduction under 8IC. That means if you're taking loan from bank, deduction is allowed. But if you're taking loan from friend, relative, interest deduction will be allowed. But principal deduction will not be allowed. I'm giving you time to digest. The last two parts are left. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Okay?
Hmm.
I, J, and K. Why I wrote only A to K. Now, J. If you're
Hmm.
investing in term deposits in bank, post office,
Hmm.
minimum 5 years lock-in period. That means your deposit, keeping your money in deposits in the bank or post office, deduction is allowed under section 8IC. But if you
Hmm.
withdraw the money before 5 years, then how much ever deduction you took earlier, it will be added back to the income. I have,
Yeah.
okay? If you're contributing to ULIP, Unit Link Insurance Program, Dhan Raksha Plan, Jeevan Dhara, Jeevan Akshay, Equity Linked Saving Schemes, Notified Bond of Infrastructure Company, deduction is allowed under 8IC. ULIP, Dhan Raksha, Jeevan Dhara, Jeevan Akshay, Equity Link, Notified Bond of Infrastructure Company, deduction is allowed under 8IC. Maximum deduction allowed is how much?
1,50,000.
Okay. Then you have 8I triple C. Please note C, CC, CCC, CCD. It's all related to investments and pensions.
CCD or CCE?
CCE. Okay. CCC, CCC, you're contributing to pension fund of LIC. You're
Hmm.
resident or non-resident. So if you have started any pension fund with LIC and you're paying premium to LIC, then whatever premium you're paying, you're going to get a deduction under section 8I triple C. See, LIC is not on top. On top is Provident Fund, RPF, SPF, Approved Superannuation Fund, Public Provident Fund.
Hmm.
And life insurance premium is there, but it is not with LIC.
Okay.
Triple C is with LIC. Okay?
Hmm.
If you've started any pension fund with LIC, life insurance is different. This is pension fund with LIC.
Hmm.
And premium to LIC, not for life, for the pension. Then whatever premium
Okay.
you're paying, you will get deduction under triple C. Maximum
What
amount
will be deducted?
1,000. Sorry?
The premium will be deducted.
Yeah, whatever premium you're paying, you will not have to pay tax on that amount. Deducted from your income.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Hmm. Now you have CCE. Maximum deduction
Hmm.
under C is how much? 1,50,000.
Hmm.
Maximum deduction under triple C is how much? 150, 1,50,000.
1,50,000.
But the CCE tells whether it is this or this. Total deduction cannot exceed 1,50,000.
And
You invest under C or CCC. Total
hmm.
deduction cannot exceed under 1,50,000. That
But
which
it should
section
be 3
says
lakh, no?
CE says. Yeah.
Okay.
That is why people started investing more and more. But they say no, total deduction 1,50,000. Now you have
Hmm.
a new section that is CCD.
Hmm.
CCD is employee's contribution. Employee's contribution to NPS. Okay. If an employee is contributing to NPF, okay, NPS is what? National Pension Scheme. Please write along with me. If an employee's contribution to NPS, National Pension Scheme, or I would say Atal Pension Scheme, Atal Pension Yojana. Which employee? An employee who is salaried or self-employed.
Hmm.
Okay. And he is contributing to National Pension Scheme or Atal Pension Yojana.
Yojana.
Is going to get a deduction of least of the following: actual contribution, or 10% of salary if he's a salaried person, basic plus DA, or 20% of gross total income. This is for self-employed. So it will be least of the following, but total thing under 80C, 80I triple C, 80I CCD, the total deduction cannot exceed 1,50,000. This who is telling? 80I CCE is telling. Okay?
Hmm.
Under 80C, whether it is C, triple C, CCD, CCC.
Hmm.
Okay, 80I CCE is telling you take deduction under anything. Your deduction cannot exceed how much?
1,50,000.
1,50,000. So this is all regarding 80I C. Now the next deduction is section 80I D. Okay, this
Hmm.
deduction is in respect of mediclaim. Mediclaim or preventive health checkup for individual or HUF, resident or non-resident. Mediclaim or preventive health checkup, that is, you're doing your life, not life insurance, mediclaim. Individual or HUF. Okay?
Achha.
So you are
Hmm.
paying mediclaim. Amount of mediclaim that you have paid out of your income is charged to tax. Taxable income, if you've paid from your taxable income, not in cash, other than cash. Okay?
Hmm.
Then you are going to get a deduction under 80D, but please remember, you are going to get deduction from your taxable income for this medical insurance premium only if you pay by check, online, card, not cash.
Okay.
But if you are paying for a preventive health checkup,
Hmm.
preventive health checkup, you are allowed to pay in cash, you will get deduction.
What is preventive health checkup?
I will explain you that later, but you remember this. Okay, can you explain me this?
Yeah. So the amount of mediclaim that is paid from income is charged to tax only if it is paid through online or card or anything. If it is paid by cash, then deduction you will not get.
Now, if you're paying for preventive health checkup is to detect the illness earlier, even if you don't have symptoms.
Okay.
So when you're doing your blood tests, ECG, heart checkup, diabetes check, full body checkup, cancer screening, mammogram, any diagnostic check that you do. So even if you're going to do the preventive health checkup and you pay in cash, it is allowed to be deducted, but maximum limit is 5,000. Okay?
For the preventive health checkup.
Yeah. Maximum limit is 5,000 and you can do for yourself, spouse, children, parents. Self, spouse, children, parents.
Hmm.
Okay. But for the Mediclaim, it should be in check. I hope you're with me.
Hmm.
Okay, fine. Now, what is the maximum deduction allowed? You do it for yourself and your dependents. Your dependents are your wife and your children.
Oh.
Self, spouse, and dependent children. Okay, so there is
Hmm.
a bunch of deductions that is allowed. If you're doing for self, spouse, and your dependent children, you are going to get a deduction up to 25,000.
Okay.
Your bunch two is you're doing for your parents, dependent or non-independent. Sorry, non-dependent. You get another 25,000.
Okay.
Okay. For preventive
Hmm.
health checkup, you are going to get extra 5,000.
Hmm.
So total that you're going to get is 55,000.
55,000.
Like pati patni bacche. Okay. But the kids should be
Hmm.
dependent on you. Then you're going to get 25,000. SSC.
Hmm.
For parents, separately, you're going to get 25,000.
Hmm.
And preventive health checkup max is 5,000.
Okay.
Under this bunch or under this bunch, in either of the bunches, if anyone is a senior citizen that is above 60, then it becomes 50,000. The 25 is changed to how much? 50,000. Like if you are above 60,
50,000.
your bunch one will become 50,000. Your parents are above 60, this bunch will become 50,000.
Okay.
Are you with me? If in any of the bunches
Hmm.
anyone is above how much?
60.
60, it is going to
It will
increase.
become 50.
Now, when are you going to get the deduction? When you're doing the payment for. Okay. For bunch one, when you're going
Hmm.
to get the deduction, when you're doing the payment for Mediclaim, or you're doing the
Hmm.
payment for central government health scheme, or you're doing for
Hmm.
preventive health checkup.
Hmm. Hmm.
Preventive health checkup allowed in cash. Okay.
Hmm.
For this bunch, 25,000 deduction. Please note the 5,000 is included in this 25,000. Are you with me?
Oh, so then the total is 50,000, not 55.
The total is 50,000, not 55. If you're doing for bunch
Okay.
2, then for bunch 2, that means for your parents, you can only get for Mediclaim and preventive health checkup.
Hmm.
Okay. Central government
Hmm.
health scheme not applicable for bunch 2. And you're only going to
Hmm.
get 25,000 for the bunch 2. Okay. If any parent is a senior citizen, then this 25 becomes 50,000. Preventive health checkup is inclusive in the maximum deduction.
Hmm.
If any person in any bunch, that is in your bunch 1 or in your bunch 2, if any person in bunch 1 or bunch 2 is a resident senior citizen, then your maximum deduction changes from 25 to 50,000.
Hmm.
I hope you're with me. For preventive
Yeah.
health checkup, you can make the payment in cash, check, but you have a limit of how much? 5,000. Please note,
5,000.
bunch 1 plus bunch 2 included cannot exceed 5,000. This is another clause.
Okay.
Okay? So,
Hmm.
an example over here. Mediclaim paid is 10,000. Preventive health checkup paid is 16,000. Total is how much? 16.
16.
Maximum allowed is how much? 25.
25.
But 8ID will only give 15,000. Tell me why.
Why 15,000?
10,000 for year and preventive health checkup cannot.
Okay.
Are you with me?
And what if the Mediclaim was 20,000?
So 20,000 here, 5,000, 25.
So that will be allowed. 25 will be deducted.
Yeah, 25 will be allowed under DD. Let's take one more example over here. Mr. X has paid premium of Mediclaim policy by check. Self, spouse, dependent son, dependent daughter. Mother and father. What is the deduction allowed under HID?
25,000 for,
For this month, she has paid 32, allowed is
yeah,
this month she has paid 30, allowed is 25. So the deduction will be 50. Next
okay.
example, he has paid premium of Mediclaim and also premium for preventive health checkup. Payment was made by check. Self, spouse, child, dependent child, 35,000. Preventive health
25.
checkup. He has paid 5,000. Total he has paid how much? 40,000. Maximum deduction allowed is how much? 25.
25.
Mother and father, he has paid this much for the Mediclaim and this much for preventive health checkup. Total he has paid how much? 20. Are you with me? The deduction
Yeah,
will be allowed how much?
20.
16,000.
But
Total of preventive health checkup cannot exceed 5,000. See, this plus this is 9. Total of this cannot exceed 5,000. So he can take for bunch 1, he cannot take for bunch 2. So bunch 1 is going to
And
take
how do
it.
you decide that?
Yeah, he can see this. For bunch 1, he will not take for preventive health checkup because here it is not exceeding the limit. So for bunch 2, he will take 20, and for bunch 1, he will take 25. So for bunch 1, he'll take 25. For bunch 2, he will take 20. So deduction, he will take 45,000. I hope you're with me.
I'm really not.
Sorry?
I'm not.
Okay, fine. I'm giving you time to digest. I'm putting it on pause. We are doing D. 8ID was for medical premium paid for self, spouse, dependent children, parents, dependent or independent. 8ID was for medical premium, preventive health checkup, self, spouse, dependent, children only dependent, and parents can be dependent or independent. Now, 8ID, DD is for your DD also. What is DD? Brother and sister.
Sister and brother.
So D did not have brothers and sisters included, but DD includes your dependent sisters and brothers also. But they should be dependent on you. Okay. DD includes your dependent brothers and sisters. So this is in case of expenditure. Okay. Expenditure or treatment of your handicapped dependent relative. For DD, it is including brother and sister, but it will also include your spouse, children, parents. Okay? But they should be handicapped and dependent.
They should be handicapped and dependent.
And dependent. Parents can be dependent or independent, no problem. So they are saying that if you're a resident and you maintain or you take care of a disabled person, and that disabled person has not claimed any deduction for himself separately under ETA U. Okay, he does not claim any deduction for himself separately under ETA U. So you are maintaining a disabled person means you're paying for his education, training, treatment, rehabilitation. So you can
Hmm.
claim deduction for him, ETA DD.
Hmm.
Okay, can you please explain me what is ETA DD saying?
It is when your brother or your sister is
Even
dependent
yourself,
on you.
spouse, dependent children, and independent parents. ETA DD is specifically a deduction for maintenance of disabled dependents. I'm writing over here. Deduction for maintenance of disabled dependent. Yeah, tell me.
Hmm. So
Tell
your
me.
spouse, children, parents, brother, sister, everyone who is dependent on you and is disabled, there will be a deduction which will be they will be paying for the education, training, treatment, rehabilitation, everything.
Okay, but that
So
person
you
will
they
not
can
get deduction for himself under ETA U. What is ETA U will come to it, but that person for whom you're taking the deduction should not take independent deduction for himself. So how much deduction will
okay.
you get? Okay, so they
Hmm.
are saying that the deduction you will get a fixed deduction irrespective of the expenditure. That means even if you're
Hmm.
spending rupee 1, you are going to get this deduction.
Hmm.
Okay, but you should spend something, and it depends on the
Hmm.
amount of disability the person has. So if the
Hmm.
disability is between 40 to 79%,
Hmm.
you are going to get a flat deduction of 75,000.
But if you've not spent only 75,000,
You spent rupee 1 also, you will get flat deduction 75,000.
okay.
And if the disability is more than 80%, equal to or more than 80%, then you get a flat deduction of 1,25,000. But this also includes your DD. DD, that means brothers and sisters, that is dependent on you. So even if you spend rupees 1, you are going to get a fixed deduction depending on his disability.
Miss, even your parents, spouse, everyone, no, not only brother, sister.
Everyone, everyone.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, but the condition is that
Hmm.
this person should not take a deduction for himself under ETA
For
U.
himself. Okay.
So, if this
Yeah.
person is independently filing returns and claiming under ETA U, that means he's not dependent on you, he's independent, so you will not get deduction.
Hmm.
Okay, so if he does not claim his deduction and you spend even rupee 1 for him, then you can get deduction under ETA DD for him.
Hmm.
Are you with me?
Got it. Yeah.
CCE tells maximum limit 1,50,000. D is for
Hmm.
mediclaim and preventive health checkup. Bunch 1
Yeah.
25, bunch 2 25, inclusive of preventive health checkup 5,000. You preventive health checkup can be paid in cash. DD
Hmm.
is for disabled relatives.
Yeah.
Provided, and it depends upon the amount and the proportion of the disability. If disability is between 40 to 79%, then you get 75 deduction. If it is equal to or greater than 80%, then the deduction is 1,25,000.
Hmm.
I hope you're with me.
Yes.
ATU. So then what is ATU?
Hmm.
ATU is
When
deduction
the
in
disabled
favor of a
person takes the
handicapped person.
deduction.
Yeah. So what is ATU? You are a handicapped person and you are suffering with disability. And you are
Okay.
taking deduction for yourself.
Hmm.
Handicapped person suffering for disability and you are taking deduction for yourself. So you're a resident, you
Hmm.
have a disability that is more than 40%. If it is between 40 to 79%, you get a fixed deduction of 75,000. More than 80%, you get a fixed deduction of 1,25,000, provided nobody else have taken the deduction for you under 8IDD.
Okay.
Okay? If somebody has taken a deduction for you under 80DD, then you will not get.
Hmm.
Okay, and here it is a flat deduction, it is a fixed deduction, irrespective of how much is spent. Even if rupee 1 is spent, you are going to get the deduction.
Hmm.
I hope you're with me.
Yes.
Now, ETA E and TTA. That's the last thing.